Alright guys, it's Joe here, and today I got a nice little match of Kill Confirmed on Hard Hat, and I'm using the MP7. I originally used the MP9s for a bit, mainly because I wanted to get a game with them, but I got a bit annoyed with them and dropped them, and I ended up using the MP9 and going absolutely ham sauce. One off a Moab on the end, which is really frustrating. So, I mean, shit happens, I don't really care that much. It's a bit frustrating because I could have got an amazing game after that. And that clip right there, that was pretty funny. I got that today and I was just like, oh, get pooped on, son. He got absolutely pooped on. It was just brilliant. So, I wanted to do this commentary about something I read today, an article. I'll put the link in the description if you want to read it. It was basically about this woman who was a nurse in, I think it was like, people. She would look after people who were dying. And I think she's wrote a book about her experiences of that. And they posted this top 5 people regret on their deathbed sort of thing, and I want to talk through it, and I want to talk a bit about it. So number 1 was I wish I'd have the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. Number 2 was I wish I didn't work so hard. Number 3 was I wish I'd have the courage to express my feelings. Number 4 was I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. And then number 5 was I wish I'd let myself be happier. Now those 5 things are very common, and I assume a lot of people, if not all people on their deathbed, think of all those things. And I think some are harder to do than others. I think I wish I didn't work so hard, and I wish I'd let myself be happier are 2 very difficult things to do, because you work hard to keep to maintain a lifestyle that you enjoy and you want. And I mean, that does make you happy, but does it make you happy if you know what I mean? Like, you could spend more time with your family, you'd be a lot happier, but you wouldn't have as much money. And I think working hard's a difficult thing, because not a difficult thing, but it's a difficult thing to reduce, because if you don't work hard, you can't live a brilliant life. That's not true, but if you working hard means you make more money, is essentially what the whole idea of capitalism is, essentially. So it feels like society sort of stops you from enjoying yourself more by not being able to work hard, and you know, making yourself happy is a difficult thing to do as well, because a lot of things restrict, maybe money restricts, and it's just those 2 things are pretty difficult to beat. Number 4 was I wish I'd stayed in touch with my friends, and that's something I don't have a problem with as of now, because I'm obviously 18, so I still can talk to my friends and stuff like that, and I do stay in touch with them, and I'm glad I stay in touch with people I want to stay in touch with, and it's nice, I enjoy it. And it's sort of, people find that, you know, at their deathbed they want their friends, these really close friends, and they just can't see them, they can't talk to them because they don't know where they are. And I think that's really sad, because they may not even know that they died. They might be really special in their lives, and I think that's one that's very sad, and something I'm going to make sure that does not happen to me. Number 3 was I wish I'd the courage to express my feelings. That's something I feel very strongly about, and that's something I'd like to definitely take on board. I mean, reading these 5 things sort of makes you think, and it makes you sort of put into perspective what you want to do with your life, I feel. And it's sort of given me this. I've read it and sort of thought to myself, well, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to try and do these. I think expressing your feelings is a difficult thing to do, but I think I'm going to go for it. At the end of the day, fuck it. So I think I'd like to do that a lot more. Like, make sure that I'm doing what I want to do and saying what I want to say and expressing the feelings that some, you know, you might not be confident enough to say, but you should go for it. And I think live a life true to myself, that was the most common regret of all. And I can see that being very common. It's something I think a lot of people end up doing because they don't want to disappoint their family, or they don't want to disappoint their loved ones. But at the end of the day, that your life's not their life. You know, you don't live your life for them. It's what you want to do, and if you want to do it, you do it. And I think that's a very, you know, that's something you always want to take on board, and it's something you always want to think about. Whenever you're in a situation where it's sort of you know that your parents want you to do that, but at the end of the day, it's not your parents. It's not your parents you're living. Your parents aren't living your life. You're living your life. So do what you want to do. I think that's a very, very important one, and something that I think a lot of people forget because they want to please people. And at the end of the day, it's not about pleasing people. It's about pleasing yourself and living a life that you're happy with. And you'll regret it. A lot of people end up regretting stuff that they hadn't done. So yeah, I mean, they're the ones I mainly sort of feel very, very passionate about, and I think I wish I'd let myself be happy. That's something I'm going to make sure I try and do in my life, is be happy, be very happy, because if you're not, there's no point in living if you're not happy. Like, That's what I think. I'd like to see what you guys think. I'd like you to, if you want, read the article if you can. I don't know if it will let you in America. I assume it will. But I'd definitely recommend it giving a read, because it sort of puts stuff in perspective and sort of makes you think, you know, maybe I should do so and such in my life, because it's, if I don't, you know, maybe I'll regret it. And it's something really long down the line. It's really quite depressing. I apologise for that, but I think it's something important. It essentially can make your life a lot more happier. So yeah, now that that's over, I will yeah. I apologise if that was down, but it was something I read and I felt, you know, it was very interesting thing to read. So yeah. Have I got any other news or other stuff to talk about? I don't think so. I've got a shit ton of games to post. Like, I've got so many. I think I either might start posting a lot more, or definitely try and find some more community channels to post to, because they're always fun to post to, I find. You always get those lovely trolls who try and troll you. They're always fun. So yeah. That is the most retarded, like, grunt ever, I just noticed. So, yeah. This game's, like, slowly coming to an end. I think, at this point, I'm just like, Jack, don't pick up any tags, please. I just want to try and get a, MOAB. So, I think, yeah, so, I didn't even get to kill that guy. If I'd have killed that guy, I would have Moabbed. How frustrating is that? So yeah, my final score was 36 for 6, I believe. And hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll put the link to that article in the description. So I'll see you guys later.